Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine. It is Monday, October 21st. Today we have Brian Graves, the Public Information Officer for the City of Oxford, here to discuss exciting updates about the city, starting with Oxford Fest and the new Alabama at its Best branding program. Brian, let's start by looking back at Oxford Fest, because that was just earlier this month, and there was a wonderful turnout this year. What do you think contributed to the success, and what were some of those standout moments?
I think the thing about Oxford Fest, there's really not any other festival quite like it. And Oxford Fest is so homegrown. It's like being in your own backyard. It's a time when it's become a tradition after 38 years. And it's been developed in such a way that it's like, with all due respect, it's like a big fellowship hall. It's where we all get together and we all have a bite together. We get to go shopping together and we do everything together. It's one of the great community events of this town. And I think this year the police estimated 35,000.
Wow.
That's a big deal. And if you go to this, you know there's 34,000. I think there was 200 vendors, and it gets bigger every year. And the great thing about Oxford Fest is from day one, all the proceeds go to local charities or people in need. So the Oxford Fest Committee makes no money off this. They're just a group of volunteers who work all year long to make this happen, and they do it every single year, and the city appreciates what they do.
Yeah, of course. And that is something, when you go to a big event like this, it's sometimes you don't think about all the work that goes behind it, and it is a year of preparation.
It is a total year. They start like the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, they've already started working on next year.
Of course, they're working on the Christmas parade too, so bless their hearts. So yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of really fun things coming up, and we'll definitely want to talk about that. So were there any standout moments there at Oxford Fest? Any bands that you found particularly exciting, or vendors that you met, or people that you met?
No, it's just the fun of being there. You just meet everybody. It's fascinating. It's interesting to me that you can talk to anybody about anything. There's no rancor. There's really no politics. It's just, how you doing? Isn't that neat? Have you been down there? Have you seen that? Oh, you got to go up and see them. You got to go eat some of that. It's just a big fellowship hall. I think that's a great way to describe it.
I do too. And you have all of the vendors. What was the feedback from your vendors?
The vendors are just, mostly they sell out.
Yeah.
I know they did last
thing.
year. I haven't heard any statistics from this year, but mostly they sell out.
Yeah, that's a really good problem.
The worst part about Oxford Fest is, I mean, I'm there like at 7:30 in the morning right when they open. And you start smelling this, and your cash comes out immediately. You're eating hamburgers at 8:30 in the morning, or barbecue, or chicken, or whatever, and it's like, oh my gosh! But you walk it off eventually. But
right, and that's the perk, right?
Yeah.
You get to go eat whatever you want, and then walk around. Go dance a little if you want to.
Yeah.
That'll burn some calories.
Yeah.
It is that smell of those food trucks and the vendors.
If
oh
that
my
don't
goodness.
get you to Main Street, I don't know what will.
Right, and that's fun. Now all of the shops were open as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and so that's great to bring tourism and to bring people into the community that may not have visited Oxford.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the feedback from them was amazing.
Oh, they love it. They love it. And, it speaks well about our Main Street. And we may be going off into a different subject here.
That's okay.
But Main Street is really seeing a renaissance. The older buildings are drawing the interest of people who want to preserve it and then refurbish it to a 21st century update, or even the bank, not just to pick one out, but that old bank, which is over 100 years old, they refurbished it, and now it's sort of a restaurant top bar, and how neat is that?
It is
it's
so
just
neat.
neat, yeah. And they love being there, and people go.
Yeah, I love communities like that. I mean, that's so
too.
important. I mean, we and that's what we do here on Rise and Shine. What I was telling you when we invited you to come on is we want to make sure that everyone is aware of all the great things that are happening in the community, like the Oxford Fest. Because getting the word out, I know you do a great job of it. but we've got to have people's help with that. We've got to be sharing this information and getting it out to bigger audiences so they can come in and they can see what's happening here in Oxford.
When we came up with the branding idea, my thought was, okay, we don't have JSU, we're not the county seat, and Oxford has sort of been sort of a well-kept secret. Through my eyes anyway.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
We're sitting here on the interstate. We're between Birmingham and Atlanta, and people know we're here, but we've not exactly let our light shine. And it's like I told the staff when I introduced this to them, I said, it ain't bragging if we're doing it.
That's
we're
right.
doing all sorts of things. When I met with some of my friends in Chattanooga and showed them some of the media work we were doing, they go, you do this in Oxford? How big is Oxford?
Right.
They couldn't believe a town our size was doing these things. And it's just impressive. It's just really impressive. And we're really proud.
Yeah, especially if someone like in Chattanooga is noticing what you're doing, because they're doing great things there in that city as well. So you're talking about the recently launched Alabama at its Best branding program. And so how do you see that this will impact community pride and the very important tourism here in Oxford?
Well, first of all, to explain Alabama, and I'll tell you the inside story on this.
Please do, yeah.
Back home in Tennessee, we had a county mayor who would end his speeches saying that county was Tennessee at its best. So every good idea is worth stealing. And in fact, when I was back up there a couple of weeks ago, I gave him a T-shirt with Alabama at its best on it. And I said, you just saved our town $100,000. This was all developed in-house, us people that live here. And Stacy Booth, our marketing director, put the logo together and the books and the media kits together. And the idea behind it is, I don't think people who live here take what they have for granted, but I'm not sure they totally realize just how big a deal it is. It's like, say, my friends in Chattanooga are going, how do you have this? And that starts almost in every department, from police to fire, EMS, the arts, recreation, schools, community. You know, we've got it all, and we do it just a little more than most people would. It's not bragging if you're doing it. We're not saying we're better than anybody else, but if you're looking to do something in particular, or you're looking for a service in particular, then we think that we can show off a little bit.
Yeah, I think community pride is absolutely amazing.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
There's some things we're hoping to do in the future. One of the things I'm proudest of is, of course, this will be a marketing tool, and we want to bring people. It's like the Mayor Kraft said in our introduction statement, we invite the world to Oxford, Alabama. The world has been here, actually. The softball games, the Rubato International piano competition. So the world is seeing us, but I really wanted the community to start learning more about itself. As I started learning more about the history of Oxford, I thought, this is really an interesting history, and I don't think we appreciate that enough. So the Oxford Arts Council, another wonderful group of volunteer citizens who take great pride in this community, are working with Oxford City Schools to develop a special curriculum where our students will learn about the history of the town they live in.
Oh, I love that.
You think they should do that anyway, but it gives them some idea of where this town has been, where it came from, where it is, and maybe what they can do to help make it better. Vision 1 at the high school is sort of part of that, where the students come in and they talk to our department heads, business leaders, and they come up with ideas to make things better for everybody. And I have found that they usually have better ideas than we do.
Well, they're looking at it from a different perspective.
Yeah. And there will be contests that will be based on Alabama's best for the kids. They're all kids to my age, right? But to get them more involved in the community, get them interested in the history, get them involved, period.
Yes.
I'm really excited about that part. That's the neatest part. We're also going to do things to get businesses more involved. I hope at some point we'll have the little door stickers, and then we'll have business leaders come out and talk about why they think Oxford is Alabama at its best to do business in.
Yeah.
But there's a whole variety of things we can do with this. It'll be in pretty much everything that we put out there from here on out for a while, and it is and I hope everybody understands, it's as much about community pride as it is marketing. The marketing part is we just want an identity. Anniston is the model city, Huntsville's the rocket city, New York is the Big Apple. We've had one called Crossroads to the Future for several years, and that was fine, but we think the future is here.
Yeah.
And so now we are at this point of everything we do, we take great pride, and it's a standard now. We don't just do it, we do it just a little bit.
Just a little better.
Yeah.
I love that. And so would you say that the key objective is community pride and
It
growth?
is in my eyes. It is in my eyes.
Yeah, you know, that's very interesting about the high school. I would love to have some of those students that are involved come on the show.
Oh, you should. The Division I program.
Yes, please, come on.
It's great, yeah.
That would be great to hear from those students and hear those ideas and to give them a larger platform for those too. I think that would be, so we need to work on that.
When you go to one of their meetings, the maturity and the thoughtfulness, you know, I used to be on the school board back home, and I would do that every now and then. I'd bring the kids in and just me and them, and we'd talk. And then I'd go, oh, wow, it wasn't about we can't chew gum or we wear shorts. It was going from one grade to the other, they thought we were supposed to know something and we didn't. So we actually developed new algebra classes, new courses, and they are not frivolous with their time. They really take great interest in it. So yeah, you ought to bring those kids out, and they will absolutely impress you. Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll have to make that happen because it is. I mean, it is their future. I mean, this is, and we want, you know, these kids. Sometimes they often go off to college, but then come back home, or to see the opportunities that are here in their community to stay. And when they are able to put their input, then they have ownership. That sense of ownership.
Exactly. That's the whole idea.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
And again, that's the other idea about community spirit.
Yeah.
And when I say community spirit, I mean community involvement.
Yeah.
If the citizens here believe they're part of this, and they are part of this, but we want them to know they're part of it, we want them to be even more part of it. They own this town, and we want them to take great pride in what they've done.
Yeah, and business owners, like you mentioned, business owners having a voice in it. I mean, this is where their livelihood, I mean, this is their business, and people who are spending their money here in Oxford and working here, and even those who are outside of the community that come in and spend their money, and how appreciated they are, because that helps, you know, that growth as well.
Right, and Mayor Kraft has been very vocal and transparent about wanting to be regional. If you go to Chocolaco Park, you don't see Oxford flags. You see flags of all the communities in this region.
Yeah.
It's something the region uses. And we think that we can be a very proactive hub for regional development. And I think the Create Center, where our high school kids, and it will soon increase to regional high school kids, will be able to go and get a degree and a certificate and go straight to work for major corporations, making more money than I will ever see. I mean, it's amazing.
I know, it is amazing, isn't it?
I mean, I have to figure out how to work the remote control, and they're doing all kinds of robotics and every kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of industry here that promotes that just workforce development, and as we've seen, I think it's shifted towards that.
It has.
There are kids who want to go to that traditional four-year school, and that's amazing, and they have that trajectory of I want to be this. And there are some kids that, hey, I just want to go get a career and work. And those are opportunities that are now available, and now, you know, schools are promoting those, and I think that's so incredible to see.
There used to be a very unfortunate stereotype about kids, and it used to be vocational school.
Right.
Those were the bad kids went. Now it's, I mean, look, not everybody was born book smart.
Right.
And I don't mean that badly. I mean, I made good grades, but I'm not sure I was book smart. I just tend to know things. Lord knows I couldn't operate a drill if I tried to, you know. But there are kids who are just very good with reasoning, with their hands, and their occupation may be better set for that type of skill set.
Absolutely. I love seeing that being promoted. Well, Brian, we have so many more things to talk about. We've got to go check in with our sponsors right now. But stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance. At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is Monday, October 21st, 7:47 in the morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have been having a wonderful conversation with Brian Graves. He is with the City of Oxford, Public Information Officer, and before we went to break, we were talking about Alabama at its best. It's the new branding for the City of Oxford and all of the exciting things happening here in Oxford. So, Brian, thank you again for being here this morning. I appreciate it. When we went to break, we were talking about the Oxford Arts Council, and I really want to expand and elaborate on that and get a better understanding. The Arts Council is partnering with local schools to promote local history.
Right.
I think that's an amazing thing. How will this program really engage the students, or how has it engaged the students to foster that deeper connection that we talked about earlier?
I will be honest with you, I just handed this to the Arts Council and I said run with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting reports, but my understanding is there will be certain classes who will have portions where they will go into the history of the city. There will be essay contests, art contests come out of it. But the end run here is it will make the students more aware of the town and the city they live in. Its history, its growth, where it is and where it can go.
Yeah, and that branding program will just tie right into that future.
We hope so.
Yeah, well, and again, like we talked about in that first segment, the ownership that these students will have and the ties that they will have to the community, because that's so important. It is. Well, so lots of cool things happening. So we have fall is happening now,
Yes,
right?
it is. I got
It's
a sweater
fall.
on.
We've got the sweater, the cool weather, and we are approaching the Halloween, right? So you at the City of Oxford is celebrating Halloween. And I
Yes.
love that. It's a week-long celebration.
Which actually started Saturday.
Oh, okay. So is it already?
Yeah, it started Saturday because the celebration. We have 12 days of Halloween, basically.
I love that.
Because we had the Witches Ride on Main Street, and we had the Halloween dog costume contest. And,
Oh, how did I miss that?
and the Fall Festival, all in one day.
Oh, I love seeing dogs dressed up.
I got to be one of the judges. I think our grand prize winner was dressed as Woody from Toy Story.
Oh, how fun.
There was one dressed as a bubble bath. I just fell on the ground and thought that's as creative as you get. But then you see those who dress with their dog. I mean, they're like pairs. They're like we had Wayne's World, Wayne and Garth. I think the dog was Garth and the owner was Wayne.
Do you have photos on that on your Facebook page?
I think they're trying to get them all on there now.
Oh my goodness, I would love to see that. And speaking of Facebook, you do have a very active Facebook page. And so any of the events are there. And you also have a wonderful website.
Thank you.
It has great information. It also has this information about Halloween. What events? Oh, here we go. Let's check it out. So if you go onto the City of Oxford website, of course, there's volume on there. So we definitely suggest that you go on and watch this. But it's got some really great stuff. It's got, what is that? That place looks really cool.
That is at Chocolaco Park. That is an exercise pod.
Neat.
And there's actually I think it's been out there for about a couple of years. We got it through a grant from, I forget where the grant came from.
That's so
But
cool.
it was built in one of our nearby communities, one of our fabricating plants. And I think there's a phone app that will guide you through exercises you can do on it. It's kind of cool.
I gotta check that
Yeah.
out. And all of the cool things. We saw this at the Festival of Lights, and you get to hear from Lori Denton and from Jackie there, and it's just a really great video there, and it highlights the shops and the downtown, and again that Chocolaco Park. And one thing that's coming up
Yes.
October 7th,
Battle of the Big
27th,
House.
that is going to be awesome. How cool is that to have?
To have the University of Alabama come and play a softball team. I mean,
Yeah, that's so
and
cool.
I think it's I think Jacksonville State, University of Alabama, and I forget the other two.
That's going to be
But
huge. That's
there's-
going to be huge, bringing tourism here. Of course, 311 is a great number to call.
Right.
I was just kind of scrolling through Halloween. Let's get back to Halloween because there are some really great activities here, and you can see the full schedule on the website of cityofoxford.org, I
Right.
believe it is. So you can check out all of the cool things that are happening this week. And again, the Big House, the Battle at the Big House information is right there. There's some trick or treat around Oxford. They're at the library, which the library is fantastic.
Yeah, Amy Richardson does a great job over there.
I love a library. I love to read. So, and then of course you have the full schedule right here on the City of Oxford's website.
Let me mention I believe that's Wednesday, the Public Safety Night Out over at the Exchange. One of the great things I'm going to brag about our police department.
Yeah.
And our fire department. They are men and women who very much are taken for granted. We have a spectacular group of first responders in the city. I am so impressed every time I get around them. And our police department is now part of a YouTube series it's the First Responder channel on YouTube. And they actually came in, it's these German filmmakers, and they got in the cars with our officers, and you see them in real time doing real things, and they're just impressive. And so what this does, Public Safety Night Out, it allows everybody to come, and you can see what a police car looks like or a fire truck looks like. You meet all these people that keep you safe every day. You get to shake their hand, look them in the eye, and see who they really are and meet them.
Yeah.
I just love that. And there's so much unneeded fear or back off from these people, but they're neighbors.
Yeah.
They're our neighbors, and they want to just help take care of us. And they like to have a little fun too.
Absolutely. I think there is that misconception.
There is.
Because they do have to make some hard decisions, and they do have to hold us accountable. And that's important. They have to do their jobs, but there's also, they're here to keep us safe.
I was telling one of the officers, if anything horrible had happened, I would have known about it. But watching this series, every time I see them pull up and walk up to a car, I get nervous.
I know, me too.
I'm afraid something's going to happen. I told him, I said, you should get paid more. He said, well, let somebody know that. I said, well, Chief Partridge is doing the best he can. But I like Chief Partridge's theory, and he told me this one day. He said, I want them to treat everybody like it's their grandmother with that same respect. And our police department here also has a very proactive thing. It is well known you don't need to come to Oxford and cause trouble.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no time for that. We're only working on some good things, right?
That's
Just
right.
Anything that
That's
promotes
right.
community in a positive way, come on. But
That's
if you're
right.
wanting to cause trouble, this is not the
Yeah,
place.
not the place.
No, and that's a good thing.
Yeah,
we want to have
talk,
safe.
We talk about Main Street again. I live 3 blocks from OPAC, or 3.5 blocks from Main Street. I have no fear at night walking up and down that hill. None. None. I don't even think about it.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, being able to feel safe in your community, there's really nothing more to ask than
That's
that.
right.
If you feel safe, then you can have growth, and when you have that safety, then you have people who want to come into your town that wants to enjoy all of the amenities and all of the great things that are happening, and without that fear of, oh my goodness, I need to, be aware. I mean, you still always want to be aware, but being safe, that's great. So thank you to all of those first responders and to the law enforcement to keep us safe, and make sure that you show that respect and that appreciation for them, because it's very well deserved.
Now, let me talk about our fire department just for a
Please
minute.
do.
That's another Alabama at its best.
Yeah.
I mean, they've new trucks and equipment, professionally trained. In fact, we actually train other departments, and we have an ISO 3 rating, which helps your insurance out. And
That's one of their trucks right there.
that's it. I'm trying to think. It's coming up soon, and I'm sorry I don't have the dates, but you can do it any day when they give out help install free smoke detectors, or we'll come to your house to make sure there's no gas or any problem. And this is a great time of year to do it, because you're coming up on fall. You've got people with fireplaces, and then the Christmas season with Christmas trees. So these folks are happy to come for no charge and either put in a smoke detector or check things and make sure it's okay.
Isn't that cool? We did get to have them on a Friday one day, and we were talking about that. And I've also gotten to have Carla, the Oxford the community paramedic.
Yeah, and I was going to go to
great
EMS.
service.
You know, our EMS, my grandmother was a nurse, so I'm impressed by anything medical. And their ambulances they're like mobile hospitals. It's amazing. I think they're only one of a few ambulance services that are registered for critical care. They carry blood supply, and there's a new device, and I'm a novice, but from what I understand, it helps pump fluids in faster. And I think within 3 weeks of having it, it helped save like 4 lives.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just new equipment, new technology, new training. Our EMS really is Alabama at its best.
Really?
They're really impressive. They think outside the box, and just what a great bunch of people. I would not want their job,
Right, but thank goodness they do.
but thank goodness they do. They're amazing.
Yes, I was so amazed when Carla came to visit one morning about that community paramedic. I mean, how wonderful of a community service is that?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't find that I don't think there's any other communities that offer something like what she's able to do.
Not
for
quite
the
what they
community.
do, no.
No, so thank you, thank you for all that you do and keeping us safe, keeping us healthy. Like you said, 4 lives. I mean, even saving 1 life.
That's within like 2 or 3 weeks of having this new device.
That's amazing. Wow, and they'll keep us safe during that Halloween, because
right.
that is happening, lots of events. And
Now, I'm told they don't
yeah.
have anything to keep you from eating too much candy.
Oh, no, you got to have self-control on that.
That's right.
Which is really hard to have when it comes to candy. I like candy.
If it's not Hershey bar, I usually don't worry about
Is
it.
that it? That's your main thing?
That's my main thing.
So Hershey bar, so if anybody wants to give Brian a
Or
treat.
chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, chocolate chip cookies or Hershey bars. Those are the ways to your heart, huh?
That's it.
Are there any activities or partnerships for this week's Halloween that are new?
Not that I really know about. Of course, this is pretty much all done by Main Street in the city of Oxford. And of course, Chocolaco Park, we have the ball game out there. And, someone wondered, how does softball tie in with Halloween? Well, they have bats.
There we go. That's all you need to know.
I mean, something bad.
I think on that, we're going to take a quick break.
Yes.
All right, well, stay tuned. We've got so much more to talk about what's happening with the city of Oxford. So you're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Look no further than Shop 24, your go-to spot for incredible discounts and savings. From local dining and entertainment to grocery stores and everything you need, we've got deals you won't find anywhere else. But hurry, these hot deals are limited and going fast. Grab your phone and call now. Don't let these savings slip away. Join me, Kip Chappell, with Shop 24 every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to save big with Shop 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
We're back on Rise and Shine with Brian Graves with the City of Oxford. We're diving into the exciting new initiative, the Alabama at its Best branding. Brian, this just sounds, it's just a great way to boost community pride, tourism. Let's talk more about the goals that we'll have on the community with this. You know, Oxford has attracted a lot of new businesses.
Yeah.
Let's start there. What programs or support systems are in place to help those local entrepreneurs and small business owners thrive? Well,
Mayor Kraft is always anxious to say that we are pro-business. Our doormat is welcome. And I think it's over the last few years, there's been hundreds of millions of dollars in investment. And just in downtown Main Street alone, it's in the tens of thousands, wow, if not more. Businesses like Oxford, and we like them, there are many ways that we can help out, and we always offer to help out. If anyone wants to open a new business, if you will contact us at City Hall. And then we also work closely with the Calhoun County Economic Development Agency, and those good people up there. Well, you know, if we need to help you find a location or help you with marketing, find out what kind of audience that you're looking for, we have that ability and we're happy to do it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I think we have 2 grand openings. It seems like we've had 2 or 3 ribbon cuttings every week for the last several weeks.
I was noticing that when I was looking on the website. Yeah. There's so many ribbon cuttings that are upcoming.
And a wide variety of businesses, yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, it gives you that diversity in business, and that's so important. There's really, I mean, of course, we talk about shopping local. That's so incredibly important.
My friends at Calhoun County Chamber will love that you said that.
Yes, and we appreciate all that they do for the businesses. Can you share any exciting upcoming development projects or new businesses that you are excited about that are coming to Oxford?
The one main thing I know If there's any big corporation coming, they don't tell me that. But I think we're all excited about Spring Street Station.
Oh, tell me about that.
That is the old train station just above Main Street, and has sat vacant for decades and decades. But it used to be a hub of activity for this town, for materials and people back in the 1800s, late 1800s. And Charlotte Hubbard, who most everybody knows. If you've not eaten Hubbard's on Main, then
Yeah, what are you thinking?
You've never been here. She has taken that and she is redeveloping it into a new type of restaurant and event venue.
Oh.
And I think she has plans for a little amphitheater outside where they can have sort of outdoor concerts and things. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be really, really, really nice. And I think the way Charlotte described it to me, it'll be uptown bar food. I don't know.
Uptown bar food.
It will be a different type of menu than Hubbard's on Main, but
and that is a great menu. It
yeah.
is delicious. Those shrimp and grits.
But like I say, this will also be an event venue where you can have conferences or weddings or whatever.
So a space to rent out if you have a fundraiser event
Exactly,
or
right.
any type of space.
So it'll have very different types of uses, but it'll be, there again, a place the public can go and enjoy and go before a show at OPAC or go after OPAC and then open only. So I think that's supposed to open later this year. I think.
Oh.
I think that's the plan at this point.
Oh goodness! Well, that would be amazing.
That's
Keep us posted.
That's probably the biggest downtown thing that's right now.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about. You mentioned OPAC.
Oh, my first love.
I'm telling you, it is such an incredible venue. I've gotten to see some really great shows there. I have gotten to be part of the Miss Alabama Volunteer Pageant that Oxford hosts every year, and that's an incredible event. I got to judge this past year, and those ladies made it very tough. There are some incredible young ladies that are involved in that program, and it was so welcoming. And I stayed here locally in Oxford, even though I don't live very far from it. I still stayed at a local hotel, which was really lovely. And being able to be part of that OPAC experience, it was just incredible.
I'm a musician, and I played musical theater when I was in college, and I watched musicals with my mom when I was a kid. Dad couldn't stand them, but that's all right. But I've always loved live entertainment, and so to move into a town and live a few blocks from this, I think the amazing thing about OPAC is the venue itself. It's
we're seeing it right there. Oh, look at that.
That's Dino thing. That's coming Halloween, I think cool. Monday. Yeah, that's a great performance. So what those guys do with puppets, that's a puppet.
What? Oh my goodness, I can think of some kids that would love that. I guess it's kid friendly.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
It's part of the Greg and Cheryl Potts have a Discovery series for kids.
Oh, neat.
And those are really cool. But I mean, OPAC, I wrote a history of OPAC for the 10th anniversary last year, and you look at the list of people who have been to Oxford, Alabama, blows your mind. It was last year. Yeah, we had Johnny Mathis.
Right, that's amazing.
Johnny Mathis and the Oak Ridge Boys, Styx, and the Broadway musicals. And it's right here. It's easy parking. It's safe, and there's not a bad seat in OPAC.
That's true.
And I've actually done it. I have picked to sit in the last seat in the balcony. The sound is just as good. It's like you're sitting on the stage. And that's what makes it, I think, unique. We still get the big stars and the big shows, but there's not a bad seat in the house. And as John Longshore, the director, is happy to brag, no fees. You don't pay Ticketmaster fees. This is what it is. They're low. There was one show, I won't tell you which one it was, that came here, and we looked at the same prices for that show in Nashville. I think ticket was here like $75. If you got it at the Nashville show, plus all the ticket fees, it was like $180.
Wow. And lodging, if you go there, it's going to be so much more expensive too.
I've traveled I've gone from Tennessee to Atlanta to see a show.
Yeah.
If it's worth it, and we have shows worth travel.
Oh yeah.
There's not a Main Street business or Oxford Access. This issue will be based on Main Street a little bit because it's celebrating its 10th anniversary, and there's not one business that didn't say OPAC is the cornerstone of revitalizing downtown Oxford. Who doesn't want to go see a great show at a reasonable price in a very nice venue whose technical staff is beyond compare? They're my brothers. I love them. That's just a great venue. And then 60 plus shows a year. It is, by statistics, the busiest stage in Alabama.
Really? Oh, that's amazing.
Nobody else does as many shows as we do. And of course, the highlight for me is now we have the Rubato International Piano Competition in classical and jazz. We had 2 years, and then this year we had the previous winners came back. Next year we'll go back to competition mode. I think we've had kids from South Korea, China, Australia, Europe, all over the United States. And I play piano, and then we had a 13-year-old play the first year, and I just wanted to come back and said, I'm done. I'm done. And they're great. I mean, you get to see them backstage. You get to have fun with them. And the great thing about this year is we, by arrangement with Alabama Public Television, we're going to go national with it.
Good.
And our kids at the high school, Oxford High School, they have live streamed it every year and done a marvelous job. Public television doesn't have the funding to do things like this, but they're going to come in, they're going to do master classes with our kids, and then they're going to develop a television special that will air on Alabama Public Television and be made available to PBS all across the country.
Wow.
That's a big deal. That's a win-win-win-win-win for everybody. We're really proud of that.
That is a big deal. You should be very proud
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
That given that national platform
Yeah.
right here in Oxford.
And that's
wonderful.
not just for OPAC and Rubato. That's for the high school. That's for Oxford. That's for Calhoun County.
Wow. That is definitely something to be very proud of.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that is going to be fun. Well, with those shows at OPAC, of course, you've got from Sammy Kershaw to Straight No Chaser.
Yeah.
How important is it for Oxford to host such diverse performances?
Well, look, unless you're Dollywood, you can't have a single themed theater. That's the great thing about OPAC. We've got a little bit of everything. If you like rock, if you like pop, if you like country. We've had shows this year about Queen, Neil Diamond. There's one coming up, Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have the kid shows with like the dinosaurs and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that looks super fun. I've got to
We had
check
a 3D magic show that was really cool. And then we've got these are major Broadway shows. I don't know how.
I think I saw Chicago. Is Chicago coming to OPAC?
They may have been there several years ago. I can't remember. But we've had Fiddler on the Roof last year, which was spectacular. Come From Away. These are Tony Award-winning
really
shows.
great show.
Oh, Come From Away was
I
great.
love it.
And this year we have Hadestown, which is a major Tony Award winner. The Addams Family, which will be fun.
Ooh, when is that? Is that coming up soon?
That's in March, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to mark my calendar. And you can get season passes?
There are season tickets. I'm not sure exactly what level you can get them at this point, but I think some are still available.
You can definitely check it out on their website.
Check it out.
Or
It's,
Facebook.
yeah.
OPAC. Just search OPAC,
Just
Oxford Performing Arts Center.
I should know it by heart, and John Longshore's going to kill me, but OPAC,
Sorry,
find
John.
OPAC and you'll find it.
I'd like to meet him sometime.
Oh, you need to.
John, yeah, I would like to.
I don't think John's been there for a little over 10 years now, and I don't know anybody that doesn't like him. He knows what he's doing, or OPAC wouldn't be successful.
Yeah, really. You have to, I mean, in order to make something like that and to book these
And then
names.
to book them. And I wish I have seen John in his office when he's trying to book things. He works for his money. Let me put it that way.
He works hard. You have to work hard. It shows that you work hard, John, and thank you so much, because how cool is that to be able to see all of these incredible names and these incredible shows right here in Oxford.
And on top of that, we have the Atlanta Pops, that we are now their Alabama home. I think they've got 3 more concerts coming up this season. The next is Stars and Stripes, which is a tribute to the USO and World War II, those type of songs. And then the Christmas concert with the Pops is always great. And then Chloe Agnew's coming back. Everybody loves Chloe Agnew. She'll be here for St. Patrick's Day.
So cool. So many great things coming up. You mentioned Christmas, and when we get back, I want to talk about that because there's that incredible lights.
Oh, yes,
in
Festival of Lights.
Oxford. Yeah, let's talk about that when we get back, and some other things happening with the city of Oxford. So thank you for joining us, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
I'm Alan Parnell, with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
Welcome back. It's 8:17 on your Monday morning, October 21st. And as we wrap up today's Rise and Shine episode, we'll talk more about what the future holds for Oxford, upcoming events, and the city's long-term goals. So, Brian, the mayor has emphasized growth and community engagement. Can you tell us a little bit more about that vision of Mayor Kraft?
Well, I think the mayor has always said he sees a regional format here, that we have to work together to grow business, tourism. It's a matter of all communities working together. When we say Oxford is Alabama's best, we know that Anston has things that they are very good at. Jacksonville, Talladega. And when we take the best of all of us in one setting, we can have just about anything we want in this area. So we're looking for the best for East Alabama in total. However, we like doing a few things for ourselves. And when I say for ourselves, things that is inviting to everyone else. It's like I say, it's not a thing about bragging, it's a thing about letting people know we're here and what we have to offer. We have sort of hid our light under a bushel for a long time. And we're not going to do that anymore. We're really proud of what we got, and we hope everybody else is proud of what we got too.
Oh, I think so. I think there is a lot to be proud of. Not only has Mayor Kraft emphasized Oxford's growth, but also the high standards of Oxford. So how does the city plan to continue exceeding these high standards?
I think just doing what they've always done. You know, we had let's take OPAC for instance. OPAC was just going to be a theater at first, really. Or it was going to be the high school auditorium.
Oh, really?
And then they thought, no, let's do something else. And so they made it a little nicer. And a few years later, the white walls came down, and now it looks like a real theater.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
With professional technology. So they upped the ante. Main Street, there wasn't much of a Main Street there for a while. So historic Main Street, Oxford, Hunter Gentry gets a lot of credit for helping this go for the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. The city put in some money to help businesses who wanted to do their facade or rechange and make it look better, put money into the streets and the lighting and all the elements of a nice looking Main Street. Mm-hmm. Boom, there you go. It's always wanting to do it, give it just a little more than, we don't want just the standard, we want above standard.
Yeah.
And so we've been doing that for a long time, and it's paying off. We don't just have a police department, we have an area crime center.
Yeah, I think we have a photo of them too, maybe.
Which marvels, I have been in the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation in Nashville, I've been in their office, and I told Chief Parker, I said, they didn't have this. I mean, seriously.
Look, there they are, the
Yeah.
Department of Special Operations Facility.
Yeah, I mean, we have our own aviation unit. Wow. So not many people have those things. Mm-hmm. We're blessed that we have an economic base, especially with this change, that we have a little money, but we don't throw it around.
Right.
We do it to make things better and above par.
Yeah, be good stewards of that money. Is so
Exactly.
important. But I love that. You say, okay, hey, let's do a theater, but no, let's take it up one more
Take
notch.
it to the next level.
Or we have lighting downtown, but let's take it up
a
one
next
more
notch.
notch. I think that's, and it's very apparent when you go downtown
Yeah.
and when you're, you know, and of course Oxford Exchange,
Yeah.
that brings in so much.
And
I
see,
mean,
they've now redone Leon Smith Parkway. They've changed the lanes and added
Yeah.
some turn lanes.
yeah, there was a little growing pains with that, I'm sure.
Well, change does not come. It's the change everybody wants, but it doesn't come easy.
Yeah, sometimes you have to wait a little bit in
Yeah.
traffic if you.
Yeah.
But it's going to be such a great addition, and
Yeah.
right over there with the Chocolaca, the entry into that. I mean,
And then
it's
we
such a
have
beautiful
two
park.
new hotels over in that area.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
to stay in one of those, and
Oh,
they're
okay.
just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great to be able to. Some of my friends came into Oxford not too long ago, and I said, hey, you need to stay here because it's really comfortable, clean. Everybody was so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
kind. I mean, having lodging is really important if you want tourism.
And there again, that's over near Chocolaca Park,
Yeah.
which every summer, I can't think of a championship we don't host.
Right, it's so
I mean,
nice.
state and national championships. It's insane how much softball. I mean, it wasn't until last year, and I've been here for 3 years, and I didn't realize there was like 12 different softball fields.
Right, it's
I knew
large.
there was the two, but good Lord,
There's so much.
it's insane. And we had national tournaments that were shown on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
How
And
cool is that?
That is so cool to get that national attention.
Yeah.
And so for really anything that you were looking to do, I mean, whether if you like sports, if you like outdoor activities, of course, hiking and biking.
At Chocolaca Park is now part of the state birding trail.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which blew my mind. There have already this year, I think they spotted over 280 varieties of birds.
Oh, cool.
Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it?
So really, there's something for anyone.
Yeah. You want to go
performing
bird
arts,
hike,
bird
show,
spotting, hiking.
see a good ball game,
yeah.
or a concert. I mean, it's
Good
here.
restaurants. There's,
Oh, yeah,
there's
good
a
restaurants.
lot of really
Yeah.
good places to eat.
Yeah, it's what can't you do in Oxford?
I can't think of many things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how, of course, the city is good stewards of the community, but the community also has to be involved. I mean, that's really important. So how can residents get more involved in the city's ongoing development and community events?
Well, I mean, I'll have to say this: they show up.
Yeah.
We have the Freedom Festival.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to show up Halloween night.
Yeah.
They showed up for Oxford Fest. These things that we do, they are community events. They're for us. But strangers are welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. Come say hi.
As long as you're not troublemakers.
As long as you're not
Leave the
troublemakers,
troublemaking
that's right.
in somewhere else or nowhere. Don't troublemaker.
That's right. It's like, and I we're sort of like a front porch. Yeah, come on by, have a glass of tea with us. You know.
I love that.
And you want to see birds? Go down that way. Oh, go see a show right up the hill. You want to have a steak? Just down the road. You know. Well, kayak. We have kayak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really something for everyone,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
So come visit Oxford. If you were talking with someone who has never heard of Oxford, Alabama, and you had just a minute to tell them why they should come visit, what would your elevator pitch to them be?
It'd be, what do you like to do? And they would tell me, and I'd go, guess what? You can do it in Oxford.
I love that. Hey, that's a good slogan. Guess what? You can do it in Oxford.
Well, we'll go with Alabama is best right now.
No, and that's great because it really is, and it does show the amazing things that happen right here in Alabama, in Oxford, Alabama. And again, it's beautiful here. The scenery is lovely. There's so much shopping. There's so much just fun to do. So I know you're really proud to be a part of this growth.
And we do have Festival of Lights coming up.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Starts November 22nd, runs through Christmas Eve. Tickets are on sale now. I think it's $10 for a carload. I think.
No, look how lovely. It's such
there we
a
go.
beautiful sight to see.
They have added several thousand lights. I think it's going to be close to 3 million lights now.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, is that all? And then you have Santa's Village with ice skating, photos with Santa.
Wow.
The market, they had a market, I think just started last year, that was a big hit. They're going to do that again with all kinds of merchandise and toys. Here again, it's one of those things, if you want to do it, it's probably going to be there.
Wow. That takes a lot of work.
That is a year-round project as well. Yeah.
Just all of those, I mean, you said 3 million lights. Imagine, like, thank you for doing what you do. That gives me a little.
But there again, it's a unique, because there's a lot of Festival of Lights you can go drive through.
Sure.
Here you can drive through, but then you get out of your car and it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
It's if you've ever been to Chocolaca Park for a ball game, go see it during Festival of Lights. It's like, it's transformed.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm looking forward to it again this year. It is an absolutely beautiful sight to see.
Yeah.
And with so many activities, and that's what people love to do around holidays, is get out with their families and go have activities to do and get out with the kids.
That's one of the things that Mayor Kraft has said several times. You can't put a price on making memories.
Aww.
It's all about family. It's about getting together your friends and family and making memories. And we got all kinds of places to do. Oxford Fest, Festival of Lights, Freedom Festival. I'll go to a concert or a show.
So many great things.
We're a family-friendly town.
Yeah, and that's very obvious too, and safe.
Yes, safe.
Of course, that factor definitely plays a big role in it. Again, is having that safe, family-friendly feel. So let's talk about ways to keep in the know. Of course, we try to do a good job of keeping everyone posted with the things that are happening with the City of Oxford on our news and on our Facebook channel or page. But let's talk about how can they get in touch with you. How can someone who is interested in getting involved with the city or just going out and attending the events, what's the best place to do that?
Our website page, I think you showed it a while ago, we are actually doing a far more updating than we used to do. You will see stories about grand openings, events that we've had, whatever. But it's constantly updated with things that are upcoming, with dates and times and places. You can call City Hall, and we'll be happy to tell anybody what we're doing or how to get there or how they can help.
Yeah, and then there's that the phone number, 311. Let's talk about that.
311 is very unique. If you want any information about the city, or if you're a resident who has a situation, a problem that you're concerned about, or even an idea. If you have a good idea, call 311. And those ladies are just great to talk to. You'll probably end up talking about your grandkids and what you had for dinner and so on. But they're great. But that's a central phone number for anything you need.
Yeah, so you've got the website, of course, social media.
We have
Facebook.
a very active Facebook page. And everybody has a Facebook page. The fire department, the EMS, the police department, the city has one. Historic Main Street Oxford has one. Festival of Lights has one.
Okay, so there's no shortage of information out there.
You can find us. We're out there.
Well, thank you so much, Brian, for visiting with us
was
this
great.
morning and all that you do for the city. And thanks to all of those who have a hand in this incredible growth of the city of Oxford. So we appreciate what you do. We appreciate being right here in this community. And it was really nice to meet you in person.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We are Alabama at its best.
Alabama at its best. All right. Well, with that, we're going to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning right here on Rise and Shine on WEAC TV 24. Bye. That was great.